How's it guys? So with the Season 5 Battle Pass we got two brand new weapons. One of them being the CX9, a compact fast firing SMG, going up against the likes of the OTS9, CX9 and MAC-10. But what sets this weapon apart from those SMGs is that it comes standard as a semi-automatic SMG, the first in Warzone, but can be configured as a burst fire SMG or a full auto option. And that's the one we'll be focusing on in this video. So I've seen a lot of questions going around of how does the CX9 compare to a Warzone favorite, the MAC-10. Well, in this video we aim to answer that question by taking a look at the base stats, time to kill and recoil of both these weapons. If it's your first time on my channel and you want to stay up to date with the best weapons to use in Warzone, make sure you subscribe and leave a like so this video can reach more people, and let's get technical. Jumping into the base statistics first, we can see the MAC-10 has a faster firing rate as well as a further damage range drop off. The CX9 is also no slouch when it comes to firing rate, at also close to 1000 rounds per minute, putting both these weapons as some of the fastest firing weapons in Warzone. When we take a look at damage per bullet, the CX9 has a clear lead, beating the MAC-10 in all situations in the first and second damage range drop off. Damage per bullet is a nice way to measure the raw power of a weapon, but doesn't factor in variables like firing rate. For that we'll take a look at the time to kill charts. And this is where the CX9 really dominates in Warzone, easily beating the MAC-10 in the first and second damage ranges in all situations. Even when only looking at shots to kill, we can see the CX9 has an advantage, requiring 1 less bullet in the first damage range for chest and stomach shots, and 3 less bullets in the second damage range for chest and stomach shots. It also has an insane headshot time to kill, requiring 2 less bullets in the first damage range and 3 less bullets in the second damage range. And overall makes the CX9 one of the fastest killing SMGs in Warzone. But the potential time to kill is only possible if you manage to get your shots on target, so that brings us into the recoil. Starting off with the MAC-10. This is me just shooting, not trying to control the recoil. And now let's check out the CX9. From the get-go we can see the CX9 has a lot more recoil, making it a lot harder to engage medium to long range targets. And both of these tests were performed with the meta builds, which we'll get into now. Looking at the MAC-10 build first, we take the agency suppressor combined with the task force barrel for 20% damage range increase and 77% bullet velocity increase. And since we want these SMGs to excel at close range, we'll equip the target team spotlight with the Raider stock for base movement speed increase, ADS movement speed increase and a decrease to sprint to fire time. And we'll top the build off with a 55 round mag. The MAC-10 overall is one of the best SMGs when it comes to mobility, and this build just improves on that. Next up is the CX9, and the build is very similar to the MAC-10, with the main difference being the muzzle. So one major drawback with the CX9 is that it doesn't have a agency suppressor equivalent, and also doesn't feature any form of sound suppression. And since this weapon comes out standard as a semi-automatic SMG, we don't have another choice but to equip the full auto muzzle. Moving over to the barrel, we take the task force barrel for 11% range increase and 54% bullet velocity increase. We also take the target team spotlight and the Raider stock for that mobility increase. Lastly, the 48 round mag for a 24 ammo capacity increase. So the same as with the MAC-10, we prioritize mobility and close range combat effectiveness. Quickly looking at how the meta builds changes the stats of its weapon, we can see the MAC-10 ends up with a faster bullet velocity as well as a further damage range drop off and better mobility stats, as expected. The CX9 isn't really far behind, with only having a few milliseconds extra ADS time and a little bit slower movement in ADS movement speeds. But overall the CX9 is also one of the most mobile SMGs in the game. So with all of the testing and statistics in mind, what's the final verdict? Well, the MAC-10 does provide us with faster bullet velocity and a faster firing rate, making the weapon more forgiving when you miss shots. It also has faster movement speed and ADS movement speed. But the MAC-10 really falls behind the CX9 when it comes to killing potential, providing an all-round slower time to kill with less damage per bullet. The CX9 does fall behind the MAC-10 when it comes to recoil, having some of the worst recoil in the SMG category. But what's the real role of an SMG? It's not to engage targets at medium to long ranges. And that's really where the CX9 shines. The close range damage output is one of the best in the game. And for that reason, I have to give the win to the CX9. It was a really close match with the MAC-10, but at the end of the day, the faster time to kill really does make a difference. But that's just my opinion. If you guys have any different opinions, let me know in the comments below. I will be doing some more testing on the 3-round burst and the semi-automatic mode on the CX9, so stay tuned for that. If you still haven't hit that subscribe button, now's your chance. And remember guys, stay safe, stay gaming, I'll check you guys in the next one.